Hey guys, Dr. Travis Taylor, astrophysicist, aerospace engineer, and optical scientist with over 30 years of experience working with NASA and the Department of Defense, knew the world was hungry for answers in 2021 when the U.S. government formally acknowledged the reality of unidentified aerial phenomena UAP. The floodgates of public and congressional inquiry burst open. Taylor, having dedicated years to unraveling the enigmatic occurrences at Skinwalker Ranch, understood the urgency. So Taylor returned to Skinwalker Ranch, reuniting with his teammates in a surge of exhilaration. But what began as a scientific investigation into electromagnetic anomalies quickly turned into something far more chilling. A direct confrontation with a UFO unlike anything the team had ever seen. The incident began during a series of coordinated nighttime experiments over the Triangle, a known anomalous zone above the ranch. Equipped with powerful lasers, high-resolution telescopes, and rockets designed to interact with invisible forces, Taylor's team sought to provoke a reaction. But before any hardware was even activated, strange interference crippled their equipment. Telescopes failed to align. Stars vanished from digital databases. It was as though an unseen intelligence was erasing celestial data in real time, challenging their every attempt to observe the sky. Then the signal came. A piercing 1.6 gigahertz frequency, a spectral fingerprint previously tied to UFO activity suddenly emerged. Taylor, a seasoned NASA advisor, instantly recognized the signal's structured modulation. "This isn't background noise," he said. "This is intentional communication." Within minutes, the surrounding cattle became agitated. A deep unease descended. The sky shimmered with a sudden distortion. And then it appeared. A colossal, perfectly spherical object with a black dot at its center, floating silently above the triangle. It was utterly alien. No navigation lights, no sound, and worst of all, no explanation. The object hovered with an intelligence that defied logic, changing direction deliberately before dimming out of sight as if vanishing into another dimension. But the terror was far from over. Hours later, the team captured footage of a translucent white orb darting across the sky above the mesa, accompanied again by the 1.6 GHz signal. Then came a massive energy spike. Radiation levels soared to over 3,400 counts per minute, far above normal background. "You've got to get those people out of there," Taylor shouted. Something buried deep beneath the ground was activating. But when they returned to retrieve the radiation data, 3 hours had vanished, erased from their instruments without a trace. "It's as if the ranch knew what we were doing and responded," Taylor said grimly. Terrifying as the UFO sightings were, it was what lay below the ground that haunted the team most. Drilling into the mesa revealed bizarre metallic materials with highly unusual elemental properties. On one side, the rare semiconductor thulium. On the other, europium, used in quantum computing. The sample was clearly engineered, not natural. "This looks like something from an advanced civilization," Taylor mused. Was it part of a buried spacecraft? A structure designed to interact with higher dimensions? As the drill encountered resistance, shaking the earth, team members experienced disorientation and nausea. One even blacked out while standing above the site. "It's not just affecting our tools anymore," Taylor said. "It's affecting us." In one of the final experiments of the season, the team attempted to provoke a full manifestation of the anomaly. Armed with multiple high-powered lasers and precision rockets, they created a high-frequency broadcast targeting the anomaly zone above the triangle. Their goal: stimulate a response, force a visible interaction with whatever intelligence haunted the skies. As lasers carved the night, the rockets launched. And then, disaster. The first exploded midair. The second veered dramatically off course, as if pushed by an unseen hand. Finally, the third revealed a fast-moving amorphous craft darting across the sky, caught on camera before blinking out of existence. Was it responding to the 1.6 gigahertz signal? Or guarding something buried deep within the mesa? "What if we're not just observing anymore?" Taylor asked. "What if we've crossed a threshold, and they know we're here?" The implications are staggering. If the entity, whatever it is capable of manipulating our technology, erasing data, physically altering laser beams, and controlling atmospheric radiation, we are no longer in a realm of simple UFO sightings. We are dealing with a force that understands our science and is actively countering it. Taylor likened the situation to standing at the threshold of a multi-dimensional doorway, one that may open only when the right combination of frequency, intention, and energy is applied. Theories now abound. Is the mesa a containment structure for ancient alien technology? Is the triangle a stabilized wormhole or gateway to a parallel timeline? Could these UAPs be probes or guardians protecting access to something buried far below? Each answer brings more questions, and the ranch offers no comfort, only deeper mystery. One thing is certain: Skinwalker Ranch is no longer just a legend. With cutting-edge instrumentation, empirical data, and video evidence, Travis Taylor and his team have pushed the boundary between myth and science. They have encountered not only unidentified flying objects, but intelligent, possibly interdimensional entities capable of influencing both matter and mind. The most terrifying part? This may only be the beginning. As Taylor continues to lead the investigation, he urges caution and courage. The deeper we go, the more reality breaks down. But that's how breakthroughs happen. And if this ranch holds the key to understanding a larger cosmic architecture, then we have a duty to face whatever it throws at us. In the heart of Utah, beneath a sky thick with stars and secrets, humanity may be standing at the brink of a revelation far more terrifying and transformative than we ever imagined. The phenomena at Skinwalker Ranch extend far beyond the visible and measurable. They push against the very fabric of our understanding. Dr. Travis Taylor has often posited that what they are experiencing could be attributed to invisible forces, not just electromagnetic or gravitational, but perhaps a fifth force of nature yet undiscovered. These forces, seemingly capable of interacting with human consciousness, electronic equipment, and even physical matter, hint at a form of intelligence that exists beyond the narrow window of our sensory perception. Could this force be ancient? Perhaps it is tied to Earth itself, a sentient presence long worshipped by indigenous cultures, and now emerging under the probing gaze of modern science. Adding to the growing mystery are the multiple instances of what Taylor and his team suspect to be space gates or interdimensional portals. These are not science fiction tropes, but theoretical constructs supported by modern physics. Wormholes, for instance, are allowed by Einstein's field equations. Tunnels through space-time that could theoretically connect distant parts of the universe, or perhaps entirely different timelines. The repeated anomalies above the ranch's triangle, vanishing rockets, bending lasers, disappearing stars, suggest the presence of such a gate. But a gate to where? Another part of our galaxy? A mirror Earth? Or perhaps a realm where time, space, and reality itself operate on an entirely alien logic? As if portals and invisible forces weren't unnerving enough, there have been whispered reports, both from past NIDS researchers and present-day team members, of mystical creatures stalking the land. These aren't ordinary cryptids, but bizarre entities that flicker in and out of existence. Descriptions include giant wolves with glowing red eyes, impervious to bullets, reptilian beings cloaked in shimmer-like heat waves, and even humanoids that vanish without a trace. These sightings eerily align with indigenous Ute legends of skinwalkers, shape-shifting sorcerers that harness dark energy. Are these beings physical, or manifestations drawn from some collective subconscious, catalyzed by the ranch's strange energy? The notion that Skinwalker Ranch is a nexus point on Earth's energy grid is a theory gaining traction among those who study ancient sites like Stonehenge or the pyramids of Egypt. These locations are frequently aligned with ley lines, mystical energy paths believed to influence consciousness and matter. What if the ranch is built atop one of these nodes? Or worse, a scar left by a celestial impact millennia ago that fractured the veil between realities. Several electromagnetic anomalies at the ranch suggest something buried beneath the mesa is either emitting energy or acting as a conduit for it. The discovery of rare elements like thulium and europium, with superconducting properties, supports the idea that an ancient or alien intelligence once operated here, and perhaps still does. Speculation surrounding government conspiracies cannot be ignored. The appearance of unmarked aircraft, strange signals at classified frequencies, and missing hours of gamma radiation data raise uncomfortable questions. Is there a covert black project running parallel to the public investigation? Taylor has hinted at external monitoring and even potential interference with their equipment, as if someone or something wants to control the narrative. Could Skinwalker Ranch be part of a decades-old cover-up, connected to other UFO hotspots like Area 51 or the Dulce Base in New Mexico? These hidden operations may not just be about observing, they could be about containing something. Even more chilling is the idea that Skinwalker Ranch may be a temporal fracture, a place where timelines blur, and the past, present, and future intertwine.